Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP Reacts where today we got ourselves a track from an ex named Tyeon titled New Wave, and if we switch over to here we got ourselves a track on YouTube. I should note this isn't the first track that I've reviewed from Tyeon. I've actually reviewed quite a few of his songs over the years. We're good to check out more. We're going to listen through this track from start till finish and we're going to hear what we think. Let's do it, let's go. What do we got?
I want you back, I want you back, I want you back. Ain't nobody else love me like that, like that, like that. I want you to know let's start a new wave. You got me missing the way you love me, the way you love me. Let's start a new wave. You got me missing the way you love me, the way you love me. Got me thinking about you and me. Got me thinking about all the things we can be. You're beautiful the way that you are. I miss you and I want you to know I want you back, I want you back, I want you back. Ain't nobody else love me like that, like that, like that. I want you to know let's start a new wave. You got me missing the way you love me, the way you love me. Let's start a new wave. You got me missing the way you love me, the way you love me. I just wanna be more than friends. I know you have a love in your life. I just wanna put my feelings out there. I miss you and I want you to know I want you back, I want you back, I want you back. Ain't nobody else love me like that, like that, like that. I want you to know let's start a new wave. You got me missing the way you love me, the way you love me. Let's start a new wave. You got me missing the way you love me, the way you love me.
Okay, I think I understand that one. I understand this track and we're going to talk about it more in the conclusion. Because welcome to the conclusion of my review of this track from an ex named Tyeon titled New Wave. In this section I'm going to be providing an overall song analysis of everything from lyrics and vocals all the way through to studio production, as well as any applicable constructive critique, and then finally my general thoughts from my listeners to speak with. First of all, what do I think this track is about? I think this track represents a range, a wave of feelings that Tyeon has towards this person. They want them back. They are letting them know how much they mean to him. And I think that's effectively it. It's almost like it's a new start, it's a new dawn where they're attempting to rekindle things to maybe where they were before or something even greater. I feel like it's subject matter that people that listen to this track will be able to get behind. I think that the way that he delivers the lines, hitting the notes cleanly. I do like the melodies that we have here. The rhythm to some of the stanzas is really good. The cadence makes sense with a lot of the rhythmical elements that you have surrounding it. I'm not necessarily totally convinced about the mic tone. I think we'll talk about that in the production section. I'm just wondering if we can get a cleaner mic tone using a different microphone or something like that. But aside from that, I think it's a good start to proceedings. And I feel that we understand the fundamentals of how to kind of cater to what's required to having a main sort of lead vocal lead over top of those synth bass lead and drum elements. Ultimately, I think that there's enough range or variety within the vocal performance to keep it compelling over the 1 minute 52. It's a short track, it doesn't overstay its welcome. You have verses and choruses there. It's very smooth. You've got that one sort of main theme there that continues throughout, that one bass line there with chord progressions looping and oscillating around, but you do have variations of the layers. You have that 808 coming in or that bass synth coming in, and it's very kind of I know atmospheric is such a generic basic word to say, but it seems like something bigger is approaching there. It's just got almost a kind of a weirdly ominous nature to it, although with the leaning of those brighter leads that we have, a kind of innocence to that I think is just a really intriguing combination there. It's got power and it's got a nice solid foundation to it, but things are dancing on top of it like we're sort of giddy with anticipation. And there's this interesting portamento to those basses there, which makes it relatively smooth. The loop itself of the melody is quite catchy. It works well diatonically within the minor and minor key associated. And ultimately, I think it's not neutral, but it's flexible enough to Tyeon, for Tyeon to do whatever they need to do on top of. I think when the drums come in and you've got those cymbals, those claps, and those kicks, they work really neatly. I was kind of expecting a bit more low end to what was going to be happening with those bass drums. I feel like they were maybe filtered a little bit, or there was just a bit less low end than I was expecting. They're maybe a little bit conservative on their front. Like I could hear that there was some low end, but it almost sort of sounded a little bit washed out in relation to some of the other ideas or instruments that we had involved. It's like a compelling rhythm. I like the 1 and the 2, that kind of 16th note groove that we have over top of it, the halftime feel. No, it's normal time. There's just a whole lot happening with the in-betweens and syncopateds, I suppose. I think having things kind of slow down and only having those kicks and cymbals, as opposed to having the full sort of snare pattern barrel down, is a smart move. It allows some parts of the track to be a bit more low-key, whilst others are kind of full bore. And that theme loops throughout the track as Tyeon sort of speaks his truth on the microphone, and by the end of it, you understand what he's trying to communicate. Thematically, it seems to me, outside of, again, the fairly sort of like palatable bass line, the drum that you get used to very quickly, and that lead on top. It's minor key oriented there, but it's not too blunt about that. It's almost like because the notes rise with each loop, it doesn't become too oppressive or depressing. I think there's an interesting sort of affectation of the 808 or the bass, just as a note before we move on to the studio production. I think that it's kind of sounding a little bit detuned, or like a little bit kind of toasted. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like there's a menace to it in terms of how it sort of kind of just rises to the note it needs to, but just it's just in pitch. It's just in tune. And I think with how cleanly the leads sort of stick to the specific pitch they need to hit, it's just an interesting kind of like, it's an interesting combination of elements there. And there's some parts where it kind of sounds a little bit out of tune, but I think it's simply maybe to sort of, again, gauge a bit of anticipation or maybe sort of like uncertainty about what's going on there. So if that's the idea behind it, then that's good. Studio production, recording, mixing, and mastering. There is a bit of kind of like artificing and fragmentation on the vocal track though. It kind of sounds like it's been converted from like one waveform to another in a way where it kind of sounds a little bit washed out. I feel like if we can just double check our signal chain and make sure that the mic signal is coming through clearly, that for next time that will be really good, because I think, again, we are hitting the notes that we need to, and if we can just get a clearer mic tone, I think that would really benefit things. I think also, and this is not to say that I think that studio production is done poorly, it's just me being candid about some of the things I've heard. Additionally, the drum kit, I'm wondering if we've maybe overfilled some of the low end of the kit there to kind of remove some of the sub bass or bass to that, as I was expecting there to be more kind of pump with those drums, especially with this type of sort of rap and hip hop music. Outside of that though, ultimately I feel like the bass and those cute little leads up type, like it's a really cute, catchy melody that we have on there, and I like how that's presented. The textures and timers within this track don't fight or argue with each other, arguably because of the relative minimalism of the layering, so there's no other weird resonances within the frequency spectrum. The music that surrounds you in the headphones, there is a bit of dynamic range, not a lot, but enough to get you by. I think in general the leveling's alright. I just have to sort of maybe check in mono and post to sort of figure that out, but it is nice and loud, bit of pumping. Again, bus compression limiting is handled. Any sort of applicable constructive critique is mainly just towards, again, the tone on the microphone, the artificing of the signal, the quality of the recording, and then it's just again, maybe having a bit more sort of sub bass within the drum kit, but outside of that, I think it's really good. From a final general listener's perspective, I think this is just a track from Tyeon where they're continuing to sort of express that they would like to fix things, they'd like to have another go at things, and I feel like it's just a tale as old as time. It seems earnest and authentic, and I wish them all the best of luck in future with that. So thank you very much for watching my review of this track from an ex named Tyeon, titled New Wave. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please go show them some love via the various social medias and the YouTube page, and stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever. Thought of crazy stuff going on in the world, and I will catch you in the next SP Reacts. Spiderhands out.